Greetings to you this day. This is Michelle Strickland, and I'm coming to you today. It's Monday, so this is Conversation with Self. Okay? What we're going to talk about today, Self? Well, Self, we're going to talk about the healing power of connection. Wow, that sounds interesting, Self. Let's see what let's go. Let's dig deep into it, okay? For a few minutes, okay? So, the science of human connection and mental health. Human connection has a profound impact on mental and emotional well-being. Scientifically, meaningful connections trigger the release of oxytocin, often referred to as the love hormone, which promotes feelings of trust and bonding. Have you ever felt that, Self? A few times, not, but it wasn't, kinda. But it wasn't always the most healthy thing for me, you know. But let me go on, Self. Let's see what else. Let's keep going. These connections also reduce the production of stress hormones, leading to improved mental health and a stronger sense of belonging. Self, I think you just have met the wrong kind of people. You know, they weren't. You know, they just weren't good. But you felt you had feelings though, you know. But they weren't. These people weren't the right kind of people, Self. That's why you distance yourself from them. But let me keep going. After moving to a new city, Maya felt isolated and overwhelmed. She joined a local community group and started forming connections with her neighbors. Over time, her mood improved and she experienced a greater sense of happiness and belonging. I think that is very important to have a connection, you know, to people if you can, you know, in areas that you feel, what's the word I want to use? That you have a willingness to want to, you know, that you feel close to, or that you have a calling to interact with. So that can be a good thing, you know, like volunteering and stuff like that. Seeking support from different sources. Support from friends, family, and professionals can play a pivotal role in healing through connection. Friends and family offer understanding and familiarity, while professionals provide guidance and expertise. Combining these sources of support creates a comprehensive network that helps individuals navigate challenging times. I would say most of the time, but sometimes no. Sometimes no. It depends on what you know, what their motivation is. I don't care who it's with. You know, I'm blessed though. My family, I'm blessed when it comes to them. You know, I'm blessed when it comes to my family, but some of the people that I interact with, they weren't, you know, outside of that, they weren't so good. There were some that were really good, but mostly they weren't good. So I feel, Self, that, you know, I felt the opposite end of that. You know, I'm still searching for my soul tribe. You know, my family, I don't have any family near me, so that doesn't help, you know. My family are hours and states away, you know, so I have to learn how to cope with that. And so one of the ways that I do that is by giving back on the internet, by giving these lessons and sessions. You know, that kind of helps me to stay a part of what's going on and keep my finger on the pulse of what's going on. Right, Self. Mike was struggling with anxiety and found it hard to open up to his loved ones. He decided to see a therapist who specialized in anxiety disorders. Through their sessions, he learned coping strategies and gained a deeper understanding of his emotions while still receiving support from his friends and family. That's a good thing. If you need to do that, do that. What I do is I study and I pray a lot. That's what gets me through. I have talked to professionals before. Sometimes when I just feel overwhelmed, you know, I've done that. Plus, I worked in, you know, in mental. I worked with people who needed mental health, or where I had to do mental health services referrals, and I've worked with people who have been in very, very bad situations. So I'm kind of used to interacting in groups like that. I have an awareness. I was a counselor and an advisor, but that doesn't mean because you are in those professions that you don't have things that you have to deal with also, as far as relationships and interactions with people. Stories of solace through open dialogue. Shared grief. Emmy lost her brother to a sudden accident. She found solace in a support group where people openly shared their experiences of loss. Through these conversations, she realized she wasn't alone in her grief and found comfort and connection she formed. Now, that's one thing that I can say that I have found that's been good with me, looking at some of the different videos that they have on the internet, dealing with some of the things that I might struggle with. I see that I'm not alone. So that's not that that's, makes me feel a whole lot better, but at least, the heck was that big old monster? Anyway, I know I'm not alone. I just try to pray about whatever is on my mind and then just move on for clarity. I really rely on God a lot, you know. Overcoming trauma. Jack had experienced a trauma event in his past that he hadn't spoken about for years. When he finally opened up to a close friend, he discovered a newfound sense of relief. Sharing his story with someone who cared helped him process his emotions and begin his healing journey. If you can find somebody that you can talk to about some things and get it off of your chest, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. I don't really have anybody like that. So I have to make my confessions to God. But it's okay. I'm blessed though. I can't complain. I shouldn't complain, and I'm not going to, because I'm blessed. I'm still blessed though. We all have our ups and our downs, we have to get through those moments, We can't expect everybody to be on our side. They're just not going to be. If you're blessed to have a few people, that's a good thing. But we can't expect for a whole bunch of people to care about us. We just can't. If they do, that's great. But mostly, it doesn't happen like that. So you have to be able to manage your own emotions and feelings. Okay. So you can live on this earth and get things done just, on a daily basis. God allows you to live. Right, Sal? Sorry, I'm really thirsty today, y'all. Okay. Breaking the stigma. Sarah struggled with depression but felt ashamed to talk about it. After reading a blog posted by someone who had openly discussed their mental health journey, she felt inspired to do the same. The positive responses she received from friends and acquaintances encouraged her to continue sharing her story. Write a letter to someone who has provided you with meaningful support or connection during a challenging time. I write a lot, so that helps, If you don't feel like you have anybody, you can. A lot of people don't write, but that's just an idea. It could be a friend, family member, therapist, or anyone else who made a positive impact on your healing journey. Express your gratitude for their presence, empathy, and the role they played in your life. You can choose to deliver the letter in person or keep it as a personal reflection. You don't have to just give it to the person. I tell people I love them all the time, my family members, and the few friends that I have. I don't have that many friends. I don't hang around hardly anybody, but I try to let them and show them that I love them. And I tell them. The healing power of connection is undeniable, but understanding the science behind it, seeking support from various sources, and sharing stories of healing through open dialogue can truly appreciate the transformative effects of genuine human connection. Remember that you're not alone on your journey, and reaching out for support is a courageous step toward healing and growth. Okay, there's no shame in needing to talk to somebody or feeling overwhelmed with mental health. There's a lot of things going on in this society, a lot of things that can kind of give us an overload. So never feel bad about if you have to reach out to a mental health counselor or anything like that. Anyway, I want you to remember to smile this day anyway, and reach out to one person at a time, one person at a time, one person at a time. Okay?